So Greg, tonight is night 2 of the back-to-back. These can't be easy to play in.
Yeah, this is a test of will and really of conditioning as well. I expect there to be some big swings tonight. Should be a fun one.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. In at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. MP out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 spot. Now, here's George. From down in the low post, it goes.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
That bucket in no time at all. MP's got 6.
Yeah, just another thing MP does for this team. Space the floor.
Markkanen a screen on MP. Outside, Markkanen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
The head coach of the Jazz gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. One player he is worried about in particular is Scotty Barnes because of the way he affects every phase of the game. You need points. There he is. You need a stop or a big rebound. He's got you. Anything asked of him, he can do it at a high level. Kevin, back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Hood can't get it to go. Raptors have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for it to start off this game. A 3 from MP. Rebounded by Bailey.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And he jams it right over Scotty Barnes. Wow.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Well, what impresses me is MP's focus. He's not just throwing it up from way out there.
And here's George. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Here's Bailey. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
Jazz have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Markkanen uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, he's not just a perimeter shooter. Markkanen will take it right at you.
Coach, you and I were just talking about this the other day. We don't see many finished players in the NBA. I know Lowry is proud of that.
Well, he should be, Kevin, because he's not only a great player, but he's probably a role model for everybody in Finland, and proving that you can come from anywhere now in the NBA and make yourself into a great player if you have both the skill and the desire to do so.
Here's MP following the bucket by the Jazz. Drills it from outside.
A well-executed pull-up is so tough to stop. MP already showing that he has that shot in his skill set.
Now here's Hood. No scoring in this one. Here's Markkanen. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
And they were just draining it from outside. A great team shooting performance.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Sensabaugh is checked in, and it's Collier in for Jordan.
Well, as a lob partner, Duran's exactly what you want. He really goes and gets it.
Now, here's MP. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Here's Collier. Pass to Duran. Now, Bailey. Here's Sensabaugh. Shot clock at 6. Markkanen a screen on MP. That's good by Sensabaugh.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Here's Collier. Nothing on the board. Picked by Markkanen. On the wing, Markkanen. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And it's definitely been a shootout here. The first team that actually starts playing some defense may end up having the edge.
And so it's Toronto. 13 points up at the end of the period. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game... checked in for Toronto. Jazz trail by 16. Filipowski's out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Collier. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Hood in at the 3. That's the group right now for Utah. There's the pick. Three-pointer, Markkanen. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, when the 7-footer Markkanen starts to hit from deep, I mean, what are you supposed to do as a defender?
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Dallas just played phenomenal. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he was locked in from deep. But when hasn't he been? That night will be etched in people's memories. He was relentless. I'm curious to see how he follows it up. Guys?
All right, Allie, great stuff as always. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Well, when MP gets in the open floor on the break like that, watch out.
Here's Collier. Takes it off the glass.
Easy shot for him. They'll take that every time up the floor.
Raptors leading by 17. The 3 from MP. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Al Hood, 11 points for him in that last game against Minnesota. Pass to Markkanen for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Markkanen's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Jazz.
After hitting 0 threes in the first half, he's got a couple now. You can see the confidence building.
And again for 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for the Jazz. Bailey comes in for Collier. Jazz trail by 20. Duren with the screen on quickly. And George, here we go. Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Well, the numbers will show that Duren is one of the top offensive rebounders in the game. He is a high-motor player.
Good on the three-point shot.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
George passes to Markkanen. And a wide-open look for Hood. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down. Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Outside, George. 27 seconds left in the first half. Markkanen passes to Bailey. To the paint, here's Hood. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here's MP for 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
What an incredible game so far for MP. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
George passes to Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's MP making things happen for Toronto. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say
dominant performance from this offense. As a fan, you just have to admire it and see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're
and we've got the playoff picture start. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first two quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatchback pull-up, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
So the Raptors 5 right now. The post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. Emmanuel quickly out there with MP. And it's Ingram in at the 3, the small forward. That's a 2 from Hood. Toronto grabs the miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And MP is young enough, you know he's always going to finish that playoff with a dunk.
Quickly against George. Pass to Hood, takes a 3. The Jazz again can't hit it.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors, starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
A 3 from MP. And again it's Toronto with a 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Hood deciding where to go with it. And there's the drive. Count it.
Well, they'll take that one every time it's available.
Toronto, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And here's MP for 3. Trains it from beyond the arc. MP's got 11 in the second half.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
George passes to Duren. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that 3-point shot.
And Hood with the basket on the assist by George. Hood's got 4 points in the quarter.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Such a wide open look.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, Kevin. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, "When someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, 'That's the Dirk.' Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri." Guys, back to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Duren against Pirtle. Here's Bailey. Left side, Hood. Just 5 to shoot. Lots of room. That's good on the jump shot. Hood's got 8 points.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
And the basket by MP.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Outside Hood. Driving inside. Pirtle with the steal. And Duren slams it in.
How much power from Jalen Duren. Good.
And here's MP for 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And Duren slams it in.
A physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
The three from MP. Cans it from downtown.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
To the inside. Lays it up off the glass. 10 points for him.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
George looking around. On the wing, Markkanen. And all around the ring that time before dropping in. Markkanen's got 22. And so it's Toronto with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blow. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys.
One expression you hear, foul baiting. Players using sneaky tricks to draw a foul.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I'm not a huge fan of that, of guys developing that as a skill. But I will say this. It only works against undisciplined defense. If defense has the discipline to stay solid and fundamental, then you're not going to get baited into those things. And a lot of times, those foul baiters end up taking bad shots.
They've got Jalen Duren. Lowry Markkanen is out there with Bailey. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Hood in at the shooting guard. That's the group right now for Utah.
Look, this guy is clearly on a heater from deep. If you're the defense, you cannot allow him to shoot it from out there.
George passes to Duren. Bailey with the ball. Misses from short range. The Raptors have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Here's Markkanen. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Markkanen finds Hood. They get the rebound. George. And he banks in the layup. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Raptors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Hood, the pass to Duren. George, that's a two-pointer. George missing again.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
And here's MP for 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback. Tossing a pass to the interior, that's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
And the basket by MP.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about...
And going through their pregame warm-ups, trying to get loose and focused here before tip. Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. This game could be like a tennis match, Grant, with the ball racing from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah, B.A., you can get whiplash watching these teams run up and down the floor. They like to get it and go without any hesitation.
And now the Washington Wizards starters. Sarr out there with Cam Whitmore. Then there's Johnson. Then there's Carlton Carrington. And it's Kessler in at the 5.
I tell you, it always feels great getting those first points on the board.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
This one for 3. Nails it from 3. MP's got 6.
The floor spacing ability on display by MP right there.
Outside Whitmore. Washington moving the ball around. Carrington no good.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
And we've seen the Wizards churning their roster, Doris, with an eye toward the future.
Yes, and that BA means inevitably absorbing those extended losing streaks, but you're doing it at least with a plan in mind. You need talent to win, and I'm talking big-time talent. And the best way to develop that talent is with patience. So there's a process they're following.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
The Wizards have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Outside Johnson. Pass to Whitmore. The 3-ball. Barnes with the rebound. Toronto's gone 4 for 4 so far from three-point land. Impressive. MP's shot is good.
By the time this young man is done, MP could be one of the great scorers we've ever seen.
Takes a 3. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Well, trying to reply to the 3 on the other end just doesn't go down for him.
Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 18.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Pass to Johnson. To win the run. Yes, on the jumper.
Boy, what a quarter he's had. Go ahead, young sir. Keep the pressure on.
Raptors lead by 10. From deep, MP. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Whitmore with it, and it's Ingram picking him up. Pulls up. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Kessler. And the 2K leaderboard now gives us a look at the shooting percentage leaders from this past month. MP, number 1.
One of the hottest players in the league. He's been really sharp from the field recently.
Puts up a 3. And again, Toronto with a triple.
This game's taken on a whole new look thanks to this run.
This is a dominant stretch. I am so impressed with how they've played together as a unit over this last stretch.
Back to Sarr. To the inside. Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. A nice shot by MP.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Kessler. Outside Johnson. Driving in, and he lays it up and in. Johnson's got 12 points in the game.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And Washington has possession. Following the three-point basket by Toronto. Sarr passes to Johnson. No good with the triple. Raptors lead by 18. From deep, MP. And again for 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
BA, he's on fire.
Pass to Sarr. Down low. The shot by Johnson. No good.
Boy, that's the kind of contest you need to force the miss.
From deep, MP buries it from 3. MP's got 36 points.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
4-3. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
MP getting it done for the Toronto Raptors. Checked in for Dick. And then for Washington, Sarr's checked in for Marshall. Johnson comes in for Johnson. And it's Carrington in for Branham. Here's Gillespie. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. On the court right now for the Wizards. Austin Reeves out there with Carlton Carrington. Then there's Johnson. Then there's Sarr. And it's George in at the 4.
Boy, his offensive game has changed the tenor of this basketball game.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Utah was all business. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he's a tremendous three-point shooter. We saw that again last game. A reminder of the amazing things that he's capable of on any given night. It'll be hard to match that tonight, but he'll try. Guys?
Great report there, Allie. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
And the basket by MP.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Johnson inside, guarded by Barrett. Here's Carrington. No good, and they can't put it into the drought.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
MP, that one's good.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
After being drafted by the Knicks with the 3rd pick in 2019, we're seeing some nice improvement from R.J. Barrett, Norris.
We are, PA, and when he moved from New York to Toronto, there's 2 areas that really pop for me in terms of improvement. Playmaking. His assist numbers took a massive leap. And the other area, maybe the most needed.
Oh, another one falls!
And another 50-point outburst for him as he continues this incredible season.
And he's marching towards history as he looks to catch the mark for third most 50-point games in a single season. Absolutely amazing. Got it.
You know, Reeves is such a crafty and clever player. He's so good at finding ways to score inside.
Toronto's gone 50% from the perimeter in this second, shooting 4 of 8. He buries it from 3. MP's got 54 points.
Their system is running smoothly, and the gap on the scoreboard is widening.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Sarr misses.
And the idea was good, but the execution severely lacking.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
George outside. Outside Johnson. Sarr with a screen on Barrett. From deep, Johnson. Rebound by the Raptors. This team has now won 28 consecutive games and have put themselves into elite company by surpassing the record set by LeBron James and the Heat back in 2013.
This is truly an all-time streak, and we're not talking about just for this franchise. We're talking about in the history of this league. The consistent dominance is something so rarely seen. You have to keep reminding yourself, just settle in and watch these guys work.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused right now. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Get ready for the fans. Half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so is our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out. Fellas, what are the games you're most looking forward to?
I always want to see the best players in the league scrapping and clawing, like when it was me against Hakeem or MJ or Tim Duncan or Yao Ming or Alonzo Mourning.
Or Kenny Smith.
How could I?
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Raptors.
When you could shoot the 3 like...
And that's it for halftime.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Ingram the 3 with Barnes the 4. MP is out there with Emmanuel quickly, and it's Pirtle in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic.
Wow, Kessler punishing the rim on that finish.
Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But Grant, that can leave the team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
Here's the 3. Another one falls. Amazing.
What a game from him. 72 points.
And he's been simply sensational throughout this one. Here's Whitmore outside. Not going to go that time.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
And it's good. He hits another one.
Yeah, he's just incredible. He just keeps coming at you at the highest level.
Yeah, zeroing in on 5th place for total points in a single season. And something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And by the look of it, guys, this could be serious.
Well, these are the moments that can be gut-wrenching for him and his team, right? Anytime you see an injury like this, certainly your heart goes out to him and to his family.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Oh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
Launches it, and again.
Incredible. 81 on the night. Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There's no slowing this guy down. He's on fire.
This right here is in the wheelhouse of Bub Carrington. He loves that mid-range game.
From deep, MP. Sarr pulls it in. The Wizards have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Here's Carrington. Sinks the tray. Carrington's got his second bucket on the night.
Coaches love assisted buckets, boy. It just means the team is working well together.
And good! There's another!
Elite arsenal at its best. I mean, he often carries his team at the offensive end, doing it now.
And for all-time points scored in a single season, he's now tied for 5th. And it's good for 2.
Bub Carrington doing some work on the painted area. Make them worry about that aspect of your game.
From deep, MP. And got it! Another basket!
And as he continues to pile up the points, he is moving into elite company.
Creeping up on the 4th highest scoring season in league history. Outside Carrington. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here's MP from outside. And yes! Another basket!
90 points! A legendary performance!
We will be talking about this one for a long, long time. Here's Sarr, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Scotty Barnes on the receiving end of that one.
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic... He got it again! Sensational!
It's hard to understate just how special his season's been. This is something we see once in a generation.
He now has the 4th highest scoring season of all time.
Boy, he just doesn't have it here tonight, and it's had a ripple effect on this team.
Sends it home from three-point land.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
Brandon Ingram.
Washington shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for the Wizards.
And the first one at the line is good. Toronto calls time here. Doris, over the last few years, the NBA has done an outstanding job with replay, expanding its uses.
Well, you say outstanding job. For some, they would tell you that the replays and the reviews are taking far too long. For me, I have no problem with the time it takes because ultimately, these are game-deciding, series-deciding, and often job-deciding outcomes. Let's get it right.
So on the floor for the Wizards. George out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then there's Johnson. And it's Johnson in at the 2. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by the Raptors. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th now. And here's MP from outside. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
Now here's Reeves. Outside Johnson. Pass to George. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, listen, I like the bucket, but defensively, you've got to be better.
And here's MP from outside. Yet another bucket.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. George against Dick. George feels it out a bit. Johnson passes to Reeves. The three-pointer off the mark. For Toronto, they've gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the 4th quarter. Another one goes! Incredible! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Now Reeves. Pass to Johnson. Kessler a screen. Launches a three. The shot by Johnson, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Toronto passing it around. MP, the pass to Dick. It's Barrett on the wing. Back to MP. Fires the three. Good! Another from three. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
And so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight. And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Raptors.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for MP.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Sars checked in for George. Whitmore comes in for Johnson. And it's Carrington in for Reeves.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
And here's MP from outside. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Outside Carrington. And it's Washington with another.
What nice work to get the high percentage look, and he doesn't make any mistake with it.
Come around.
To the right side. Back to MP. From deep. Connects again from distance.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. So, no problem for Toronto as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce,